Pisces, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me that Pisces collective. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, then reverse those energies as you see fit. The collective readings, after all, are about you. But inevitably, a them or they pops up. Okay? So, FYI. These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, they may not resonate. And as frustrating as that is, it's also normal. So if it's not your reading, don't accept it. There you go. But do check your other placements. What's going on, please, for Pisces? Show me Pisces, show me Pisces, show me Pisces. What's going on, please, for Pisces? Let's do one more. Show me Pisces, show me Pisces. Let's see. Yes, we are still in your birthday bracket. Happy birthday once more. What's going on for Pisces, please? Eight of Swords, crossing, the Knights of Swords. Don't know what to do. You want to do something, you know that. Crowning, Five of Pentacles, past the Hermit. You have experience with healing. The Tower's behind you. The worst of it's behind you. What's before you? Seven of Wands, boundaries. Structure, influence, defensiveness. Okay. So you're dealing with fallout at this time of some type. But note, you have experience healing. This will help you. Okay, very good. Your strengths, is the Empress. Your environment is Nine of Swords, stress, Ace of Pentacles, hopes and fears, strength. Oh boy. Do you hope for this? Is it fixable? Is it salvageable? Kind of depends on that Tower. So I know the worst of it is behind you, but the real work has just begun. Whatever this is, you open immediately with confusion. Eight of Swords, I don't want to think about it, but the Knight of Swords is crossing, saying that's not good enough. We need to figure things out. Even if it hurts, Pisces, we got to deal with this. We got to look at it. So your Knight of Swords is challenging you to sort out your thoughts. Okay. What's above you and influencing you at this time is indeed the Five of Pentacles, or some sort of breakage here or abandonment. It influences you to this day. How do you deal with it? Because you do have experience in the past that suggests Hermit. You know how to heal. You know how to heal. But perhaps we lost sight of this. Like I said, the worst of it's behind us. But what's before you is a sense of boundaries, defensiveness, fighting for the self or what one believes. We shall see. Your strengths as the Empress, you're saying you know how to be generous. You're saying you know how to be forgiving and loving and productive. Okay. I believe you. Nine of Swords is in your environment. Stress, the provocation of stress, anxiety. Ace of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. Do you dare hope for this thing to be real? To be fixable, salvageable, new opportunity altogether? Turn your back on it? Open your arms towards it? You don't know. Outcome is strength. The resilience to get through whatever this is I'm seeing today. I believe that too. 100%. Let's get cracking. Show me that Eight of Swords, please. Show me that Eight of Swords, please. Show me that Eight of Swords. It's that feeling, guys, of being mentally bound up to the point of feeling paralyzed or procrastinating. Same response. Okay. It's the insistence of I can't see it and I don't know what to do, and because it's not clear to me, I'm not going to do anything, and that's not good enough, right? We become our own prisoners in that respect. With the Eight of Swords, and if it's unresolved, it amplifies to a 9. Okay? We don't want that. I want that Knight of Swords to do his job and clear things up. So, let's see what it is that you don't feel comfortable seeing. Let's start right there. Let's see that Eight of Swords, please. The Sun, Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, something to do with work. Something's not shaping up at work, but you don't quite want to see that. You're not finding the happiness that you would assume is typically there. Now that's interesting. You have some beautiful elements in there. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Sun. You're saying you want to feel happy about work, but you can't see that right now. It could be that you're currently, and because of that energy, you may not understand why your work is bringing you down. Otherwise, you're showing me you're very competent at what you do. I believe you. You're saying, but you can't feel good about work right now. Otherwise, you typically would. And you're like, I just can't see why. And I think it's gotten to that point where you might start procrastinating things at work, putting things off, putting things off, putting things off. And that's something typically you wouldn't do. Or even if you did do it, with the King of Pentacles there, suggest you have your own particular rhythm and reasons as to why. But for some reason, you're showing me a bogged down energy at work and you can't see it and it's starting to affect you. You're otherwise saying you typically feel pretty good about it. What's going on? You're saying you don't know how to take action, but that's the exact thing that you need to do in order to start clearing up those thoughts. I believe you when you tell me you have a method to your own particular madness at work. I do. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, that's the person you don't argue with about work because they know what's up. And I can tell that you are deferred to quite often as someone who's experienced. Building empires, you're a master of your craft, you're quite good at it. The competency for you is real. So even when you do put things off or you shuffle things around, like I said, you have your own particular method of madness at work. But something's not clicking for you right now. And I think it started to affect your ability to make decisions and back them up. We don't want that. I want to see why. Let's see that Knight of Swords, please. Otherwise, you're quite the ray of sunshine at work. You're that person that's dependable, you're reliable, you got a smile on your face, or you have a cheerful disposition, even if you're not like happy, happy, happy. You're that person, you know what I'm saying? You're that person that everyone else looks forward to at work. That's the Pisces I'm looking at. You bring a lot to the table in terms of good energy and happiness, and yeah, we can do it. Let's do it. Yeah, we got this. I got this. I've done this before. I'll take care of it. You're that guy. You're that gal. You're that Pisces. Okay. Let's see that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords. But recently, here and now, this is very current, you've been putting things off here and there. Something's bothering you. What's going on? The Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. There is a subject matter about work, a heavy work orientation today. Pisces crosswatchers, I'm sorry, honey, can't always be about love. I'm sure I'll see that at some point. Something. We always touch on the personal side at some point around here. But yeah, no, it's something remains on your mind as bothersome. What do I do with this? And here's the thing, though. Wheel of Fortune's pushing back on you. Said you've had a lot of time to sort this out. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, drop something. You need to drop something. You got too much on your plate trying to accommodate everything or everybody, every work function, every level of responsibility. Perhaps you have more than one gig. I understand. I respect that. And they said, however, Pisces, you know, if you're feeling disconnected from how you generally feel about your work and your work energies and your output, you've had plenty of time to think about this. Drop it. Drop one. Stop messing around and drop some responsibilities. Not everything has to fall on you. Do you find yourself deferring responsibilities more and more? Do you find yourself procrastinating responsibilities more and more? Writing. Some of you have skills you're good at, but you don't like them. And it kind of defaults to you because you're good at it, but you don't like it. One of them is writing. Writing what? Summaries, writing contracts, writing... You're saying it's so fussy, but you're actually good at it. I know. Don't you hate that when you're that person who have skills that you're surprisingly good at, but you absolutely loathe? And so it defaults to you whether you like it or not. Isn't that weird how that works sometimes? I know. Some of you, there's something here about... there's a parts of your responsibility or a whole gig altogether you would love to drop, but you have more than time to make that conclusion, but you haven't done it yet. I don't even know if it's a financial thing at this point. Is it just a security thing? You feel like you have to hold on to it? If you start deferring the work and you feel like it's lacking or it's outside of your standards for how you would execute your work, honey, it's time to let it go. You know, don't keep something just for the sake of it for a security blanket, because the sloppiness in the work is going to start to show, and that's not how you want to be remembered, guys. You have something here that you typically radiate with. There's portions of it you just want to do away with, or you want to drop a second or third job altogether, or responsibilities attached to something. Let it go. Find someone else to take it over. I know it's easier said than done, but the thing is, you're telling me I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You're keeping hold of something that you don't like. You don't want it anymore. Find a way to offshore it to someone else or something else. Or cut it out altogether. It's time. It's time. I want your best efforts to go to your best thing. Okay? You're saying it's impossible. No. You've had a lot of time to sort this out. Why do you keep it going? You know? Is it pride? Just because you don't know how to let it go because it's been with you so long? That's a real thing. Think about that. Okay? Let's look at that Five of Pentacles. It's crowning you. It's when the breakup with whatever that responsibility is or the actual job itself is there. I want your core efforts to go that best represents you. That's what I want for anybody, be it in love or in work. It doesn't matter. You know? You want to put forward your best, that way you can be in the position to receive it. And this thing that you keep hanging around and saying it's on me and I don't want it anymore, that's not the best of you. Somebody else could be handling that. The only reason I'm pushing back on you is because the universe did. It's like you had plenty of time to sort that, honey. Here's the truth. Oops. Cut out one of those pentacles. Stop juggling it. Done. Time. It's time. Give your Knight of Swords permission to act in your favor. If you're truly a King of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles, you would have a good skill set and mindset to understand the natural flow of your resources. This is worth my time, energy, and effort. This other thing is not. I could increase my productivity over here by eliminating this. That's what his responsibility is, or her. Okay? It's almost like you're saying, I'm not convinced it's time, though, Christina. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, showing that Five of Pentacles, showing that Five of Pentacles. I know you're very wise, you're very experienced. Some of you have some very heavy earth notes in your chart there between Virgo and Taurus. I know you know the gig, man. Page of Pentacles, the Star, the Four of Swords. That's what I'm saying. Ask yourself, look at that, look at that, look at that. See, it's hovering with you, breaking from this, whatever this is. Even you've had time to reflect on this. They keep saying that. Page of Pentacles, the Star, the Four of Swords. You've had lots of time to rest on this. You know you just don't value this the way you want, and that's okay. Just admit it to yourself. You don't value this the way you used to. If you did, you'd be putting a lot more into that star. The star, I'm sure you used to reach for it. And it used to mean something to you, but now it doesn't. You've had enough time for yourself and rest and contemplation. Do I want to keep putting my efforts, no matter how small? Here's one of those pentacles that you've been tossing around with this. Do I keep putting myself into this? The answer is no. Proof is in the pudding, honey. Right here. I think you wish it still meant more to you. Okay, because you can remember when you used to dream about something very intensely as it being for you and being correct and that you could reach for it forever, but it's just not the case anymore. Dreams shift and change, and it's on us as human beings to see it and recognize it. So if you are such the master of your craft and head of your state as I see, put that into the stuff that matters so it can give back to you to a higher degree. Honey, you're keeping this star on life support at this point. There's barely anything being put into it. You know this. You've rested on this many times. It's time to let this go. You've grown out of it. You really have. That's okay. You got to try the stars out. Otherwise, how do you know which one's actually for you? How do you know which one's going to be? Do you know how many people who don't? They'll clock in, clock out, and say, hey, it pays the bills. I know you want your work to be of importance to you. You have work that's of importance to you, so put the best of you into that full time and stop messing around with this. I know what it is. It's that this used to mean a lot to me, and I told everybody. I told, my uncle and auntie and everybody who would listen. I'm going to put all of myself into the star, and then it whittled down to nothing. That's what stars do, guys. Unless you reach for them, you won't know where it is you're supposed to aim yourself. Some stars are forever. Some stars get modified along the way, and there's others that burn out. They weren't for us forever, but it could be for someone else's, so let this go. Relinquish it. Relinquish it unto the universe. Let somebody else have a crack at it. You don't need it anymore. Okay? What is that? What is that? Guilt? Guilt of letting go of the responsibility of abandoning this when you're the one who was like, this is my star. It was. It was. Now it can be somebody else's. But I'm saying this heavily in context to career. And I started this and I got to finish it. No. You did finish it. You just haven't caught up to it yet. Okay? I think you've pursued that particular pathway and it's with you. It's with you. The Hermit's in your... I know. I've seen it for you. You're typically very good at understanding what's for you and what isn't based on experience walking the path. That's why he's holding the lantern, so he can turn back around and see how far he's come and what he's learned along the way. That's why the Hermit's one of my favorite indicators of not just healing, but real-world experience. I know you know what the deal is. You're smarter than this. You're wiser than this. You know, it's time to get off that particular pathway and throw yourself 100% into the one that works, or pick up something else. I don't know. I don't care. I just want you to get back into your highest functioning state so you don't have to question yourself anymore. More to the point, do that horrible delay tactic where you procrastinate something to death and then you feel bad about it. That's horrible. I hate that feeling, which is why I have a very strong rule. I do not put myself in anything that I don't feel strongly about, because I don't ever want to be in that position where I'm constantly putting something off because I don't want to deal with it. I don't like that feeling. It sucks. So I make sure I never put myself in that position where I feel that way ever. If I'm not jazzed up for it, it ain't gonna happen, boo-boo. And that's the same thing with work. And I'm like you. I tend to be multifunctional. I don't like to do just one thing. So anything I pick up that allows me to make money, profit, or gather or garner resources, I do this, I do that. But the thing is, I don't do any of it unless it means something to me. Personally. That way I can honestly say, when I give it this or that, it's the best of myself and I get back what I put in. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4 things or one main function. I don't care. You want your work to mean something to you, i.e. your legacy, so make sure that it does. Okay? That's it. That's all I got to say. That's it. That's coming from Auntie Sassy. Now, so point is, the Hermit, no, you got that. You have the insight and wisdom and reflection. I know you do. I want you to dust that off. Okay, I'm not trying to give you the finger, but there it is. Now, the Tower is exiting some event. Some shockwave is processed. It's digested. It's out of there. It's trying to exit. What about it? Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Oh, somebody had that exact combination. It was either Earth sign, I can't remember, because I record these in clusters, if you will. But a Earth, maybe a fire sign, had that exact combination of Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Someone who had very strong love, but also a really strong concept of reality. I don't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. Might have been Taurus. I'm not sure. Six of Pentacles, the Tower. The energy's out. It's out. I don't know who that is. I just don't think it's you. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Kind of what you might call a loving grace, nurturing, secure, someone who's extremely supportive, has a full heart. Six of Pentacles that no longer balances with you. Okay. You associate this person with love, support, and work. Okay, it's a beautiful, smooth combination, and at some point it blew up with the Tower. This person used to influence your work, I think, maybe. Oh, Pisces. Try to cover all this up with Pentacles. I understand. Oh, that's unexpectedly sweet. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm not. I'm trying to see it through your eyes via feeling and understanding. Is that why you keep... Can I go ahead and try to tie these loose ends? It may or may not be true for you. It influenced you. I know that. The whole thing about that influence of that person, whomever it represents, is exited. Is that why you keep this job function? It reminds you of them? However it is they used to influence you at work or in personal life, or a combination of the two. I think it was a combination of the two. Personally as well as work function. You seem to associate them with both. They used to support one of your stars. Okay. Is that why you kind of keep it? It's kind of like that's the part of the dream you're keeping alive. Not the actual job itself, which you don't care for anymore, but because you associate it with them. Whoever that was. I don't know who it was. I don't presume to. I just know that how they balanced with you was loving and supportive. And while it did transform or radically exited with the tower there, it's been there, it's done that. It exited some time ago. So that means the support there isn't there for your work function, but it's kind of like the more you retain this, it's kind of like your way of keeping that dream alive. They used to support you in that strongly. It's like they're not there anymore, so why do I keep this? It's no wonder you kind of associated it with a dream. It was a vision you could put more of yourself into when perhaps that influence was there. Well, even though it's not there, I don't know the circumstances. That's up to you as an individual Pisces. Okay, we're not doing all that today. It's either relevant or it's not. That's it. That's all there is to it. Take their support with you. And if they were as loving and nurturing and supportive as I believe they were personally, work-wise, or a combination of the two, which is what I strongly suspect, they would tell you exactly what I'm telling you. Put the best of you into that which matters. Okay? Don't keep a star alive based on old feelings or attachment. If it no longer serves you, move into other things. And I think that's what they would tell you. They look pretty balanced and well-meaning. Okay? You don't need to keep old responsibilities or an old job or whatever for the sake of someone else's memory. I'm sure it was a powerful influence. And it looks like it meant well. Okay. So I don't know who or what that is. They look like they were very supportive of you. Okay, they always had a smile for you, and they would tell you things like, it's a great job, Pisces, you're doing great. This is wonderful. You're doing good work here, that kind of thing. But that exited some time ago. And perhaps ever since then, the responsibility you're associating with that memory has waned considerably. It's a dream you no longer feed into without that influence. And that happens all the time, guys. It does. It really does. Okay? It's just never that blunt. You take the best of their advice with you. And the best of their well-meaning and intent. They'd want you to do what was right for you, I'm sure. Okay? Oh, that was surprisingly sweet. That touched me in a certain way there. Okay. And also, what would you tell yourself? Your head of state, King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the Sun. You know without me telling you or that person to tell you, you should be doing what you're best at. How you interpret that star, it was a vision you once fed into with the support of someone else, and it's not there anymore, therefore your interpretation of it's different, your feeling for it's different, then you have your answer. You're a wise person, you're a wise Pisces. Put the best of yourself into something that you can get back from. Okay? It no longer has the same meaning or context, neither do you towards it, so it towards you. You have your answer. Okay? Anyway, Seven of Wands. What's before you in future? Let's see that Seven of Wands, please. Four of Pentacles, Strength, the Devil. Look, I just want you to know if you continue to hold on to this, it's going to provoke not great things in you. Okay? I think part of you is afraid to give this up. Okay? There is a what if I'm seeing in you, and I think that what if, while it might be built on a strong premise of letting things go and regretting it, it's coming from the devil. And it's rather strongly reinforced here. Okay. So you can use strength to work for you or against you, and you holding on to this is working against you. At some point, you maintaining a role that you don't want anymore is going to start harming you. And if you are going to get defensive about it, as I'm saying, the Seven of Wands, that feeling's just going to get worse. Honey, you don't feed into this anymore. You don't have the same level of attachment to it anymore. It's not enough to hold on to things out of fear or out of memory for somebody. It's just not enough. It's not right for you. It's not who you are. It's not the best representation of you. So while I understand you're feeling defensive at some point on your future, you can't pretend that you haven't been thinking about exiting this for a long time. You're protective of this even while you don't want it. You don't need to be. Does it serve you? Take the monetary issue out of it. I don't see that being the issue. If you want a safety blanket for monetary reasons, okay. But even then, is that enough? Because now you're kind of doubling down on the behavior and saying, I have to hold on to this for reasons of sentiment, or I just can't let it go. I think it's a combination of the two. Because it doesn't seem to be giving you much in terms of 3D output. It's 4 of Pentacles. Why do you want to keep yourself or your name attached to this, even though you give it so little now? What does it serve you? Think about that. Because at some point in the future, I see you being provoked. In other words, Pisces, make a decision. And you're like, I'm not letting this go. You want to. Your experience tells you it's time. There's something here that no longer acts as a support role or function to reinforce the decision. It's just you, honey. You're like the last Pisces out on this one. It's you defending it. Like I said, strength is a beautiful energy unless we use it against ourselves. This is where pride gets in the way, stubbornness. Okay. Holding on out of fear patterns. It's like the final loss or the final straw to the final loss. Just FYI. FYI. Did you say you were going to give this up like a year ago or 6 months ago and you didn't? And now you're getting defensive about it? Somebody's pushing on you. Somebody's pushing on you to finalize the decision, or is that coming from inside you? Because it looks both internal as well as external. You're defending the inevitable against yourself, and you're defending your absence of a decision towards someone else as well. It's not this. This is not here anymore. I don't know who you're defending yourself against, but somebody's like, you said you were gonna da 6 months ago or whatever. Okay. Try not to hold out of things out of fear, because you will always have a death grip when feeling confronted with change. And it means you can't go like this. Don't see it as a threat. Don't see it as a loss. See it as a natural progression of things. So this is more than monetary, guys. There's a sentimental value here that touches a nerve. Somewhere between pride and loss of an influence. I see you holding on to this, but it doesn't serve you. Something to think about. The Empress is your strength. Oh, now you know how to be productive. I've seen it. You made that very clear. And you say you know what empowerment is. Based on your past experience, I also believe you. So why is this such a sensitivity point for you? Let's see that Empress, please. The whole point of the Emperor and Empress is to know when things work and to know when they don't. Because they will not harbor that which does not work. It's anti-empowerment. Okay. So let's take a look at you. Let's see your strengths, please, is the Empress. So I feel like you're dressing up your sentimental, your heart space with some pentacles as a reason to justify holding on to this. And like I said, in a way, it's sweet. But at some point, sweet makes you sick. If something's that sweet or that salty or whatever causes problems, then it's a problem. If it keeps you from being you or living your life, it's time to reassess things, you know? The Knights of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups. And you're saying it's typically a strength for you to leave your feelings out of something. But you've been struggling with that. You're saying, otherwise, I know myself very well. I know. I saw it. I saw it. You're saying it's time to get back into a place of productivity. You know this. You know this. And there's a feeling that you had in here that you're trying to let go of. You're trying to let go of it. You're trying to let go of it. But goodness. You really want to separate your heart from your function, and I have to push back on you in that. You need your heart in order to function. You're trying to separate your feeling and about moving forward, even if it is slow. You're struggling with it. Because letting something go, it means leaving something else behind too. With that Queen of Cups, honey, they're gone. I believe. And you yourself are struggling to let that go too. And it's a slow process. Otherwise, you say you know what you're supposed to do. I know it's so easy for tarot readers to say you need to let it go. But what does that mean? It means so many things to so many different people, and the process is not straightforward. There's that Queen of Cups again. There's a part of you that is not fully separated from that person, their attachment to you, how they influenced you in work, in life. And I have to insist for some of you, it's a combination of the two. I'm not saying you have to hate them to move on. No. But you can take the lessons of them, the idea of them, and what they would tell you, I believe to this day, if they could, about what they would like you to do too in your own best interest. It would reinforce your Empress here. I don't know why they're so clearly marked as exited your life, but how they influenced you personally and in terms of work seems to be of strong significance, and it's really hard for you to part ways with it. And I really think this is the last thing that keeps you in place with something that you no longer recognize as being yours. Just in case they come back, you want them to be able to find you. It's okay. You want that thread to remain, so you're still visible. You have such a strong, I believe, sentimental feeling towards this, but you dress it up in pentacles. You really do. Interesting, Pisces. Show that Nine of Swords, please, in your environment. I don't think this person would want you to stay where you are. And if there's any idea of them finding you again, if they're clever enough, they will. Or if you need to find them, you will. Doesn't matter. You're showing me an irrational fear to let this go. This work, this career, this responsibility. Okay. The Lovers, 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. Anxiety, stress. This connection, which is very powerful, it looks like. You think about them a lot. Was it really all that? 6 of Cups and the Lovers, it's like saying the same thing twice. Except the Lover's a little stronger. 6 of Cups suggests soul bond in some way, which you can have with a friend or a family member. Okay, it's that unique connection. When you think about them, they call, that kind of thing. Special. Soul bonds are very special in and of themselves, but it also has the implied history of time attached to it, memory shared, okay, time spent in each other's company, where you have that unique connection. And the Lovers, it's like that, but, you know, way up there. Because now we have the idea of romantic nature, our second half, if you will. Okay, it's not really our second half. We're supposed to be whole people. And the more of a whole person you are, and they are, the more likely you are to choose each other. But like I said, it's like saying the same thing twice, but amplified with the Lovers there. And then there's the 10 of Cups. You, so much in your mind, 9 of Swords. Are they happy? Are you happy? And if you are happy, how come you don't know that you're happy? Why do you question it? Why do you think about their happiness? Could we be happy together? It kind of like, it's a whirlwind of activity in there. You're very sentimental. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's almost like your way of saying, I love this, but I can't say that, so I'm sentimental, or I hold on to things. Sue me. I'm not going to sue you. I'm not going to give you a hard time. This was impactful. I think that's why you hold on to this, don't you? Out of memory for them, the energy and it generated, the inspiration it gave you, but it no longer does. And what does that mean now? It means it could be time for you for new beginnings. I think you hold back though, because again, you want to be findable, I think, for this person. Holding it down for their memory, I don't know. It could have been me. Why am I hearing that? Okay, good. Queen Bitch, David Bowie. Yeah, it could have been me. I don't know why I'm hearing that. It could have been me. Yes, it could have been me. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Sorry for all the lingering and the pauses. It's just, it's an impactful reading. And there's some elements in here I did not expect, to be honest. The King of Swords, King of Cups, the Two of Swords. That's why you don't know if you should go for a new opportunity, because maybe the other one that you have might keep a door open between you and them. You hope for new opportunities and other things, but you also hope maybe there could be renewal in there, but you don't know. There's someone else in there and they keep representing water. It could be you, it could be them. Somewhere between the two, there's this idea of maybe we could renew. So I don't know that I necessarily want new. Okay, let's see strength. It's all right. It's all right. Show me strength, please. I think you're leaving a door open. I do. I say that with no accusation. Okay. Page of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight of Wands. Oh. You hanging out on standby and thinking about all this. Eventually it stops being appealing when it's all up here, right? You're using strength for very different reasons in future. You're using strength to open up communication. You want to talk. You've shown me very conflicting internal processes about values, what this means. Progress versus anti-progress, and I know better and I should move on, I should let this go. I'm holding on to this for sentimental reasons, and or they're on your mind constantly. I know I'm supposed to leave this behind. This is anti-empress energy. This is anti-productive energy. It's holding me back. I'm holding myself back from my own goals. I think about it constantly. I think about them constantly. Maybe I should move on to a new opportunity, but if I do that, I might not speak to them again, or they may not know how to find me. And then out of nowhere, but perhaps not out of nowhere, you get tired of sitting in the own stew in your head, and there is communication. Page of Wands, Six of Wands, Eight of Wands. Little guy, Page of Wands, but that's all he needs to be. A little bit of nerve, a little bit of confidence. And I'm seeing communication open up. I'm glad you're doing something. I am. Could be coming towards you, but I did see how you're using strength, and now I see you using strength for very different reasons. I think you just got to a point where you couldn't keep all this inside you anymore. What you will do with that communication, the response you receive, I don't know. I'm just glad you're doing something, because my advice to you towards the end there, regardless of what I saw, was Pisces, do something. And you are. Okay, that's you. Goldfish, that's you. Hot air balloon in reverse. Yeah, I can see that for right now. Right now, we are not rising into the sky to see what we're doing down below in terms of patterns and what we're doing. Yeah, we need to do the opposite of that. Pisces, honey, no one can really tell you what to do. I can't. I know what your worth is. I know what your value is. I understand that you appreciate strong work and ethics, and you had an emotional tie-in with somebody who represents these things that influenced you, stars, choices, responsibilities. While you did what you did at all, reinforcing the patterns, you're not ready to let it go, etc. As we discussed, you're trying to get this person out of your heart space, knowing you're supposed to move forward, but you still go back to that thought, them over and over again. What are they doing? Are they happy? What's going on? And your hopes and fears were straightforward as well with the Ace of Pentacles. Before you can proceed, exit this role, it's almost like you need to talk at least one last time to this person, something, anything. I don't know what it is. I'm just glad you're doing something. I don't want you to take away the focus about that person. I don't. What I want you, and it's beautiful, I like what you do here at the end. You do something, anything. to help clear up shit for you. That's all I care about. What I want you to take away from this is that you're established. You know who you are. You know what you're about. That's you. That's you. And regardless of this conversation, this person would want you to do what you're best at and makes you happy. Did you really need them to tell you that? I know their opinion, their good opinion, means a lot to you. That was you. That's still you. So this goes a little bit more beyond work function. The influence was great. It still is. I agree with your decision. Just do something. What was that? Say anything? With the boombox. Say anything. I don't know if it's all that, but you get the idea. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.